Newsflash, I failed the challenge. Let's get it. Hey, so being to that today is June 6th. It's like exactly 1 week away from June 13th, which is the time that I wanted my sleep schedule to end, or the experiment part to end. I think today is a good day to record observations and like answer questions about how it helped me improve. So I think it's a good time to record this video about how like the whole experiment helped me and how it will help you, or how it is helping you. So how about we switch to this baby, the 50 mil, and get started, shall we? Okay, we're back with the change. The 50 mil is on now. Let's get started. So today's video will highlight the following three questions. Number one, how did it improve my life, and how is it helping my life? So number two is, am I going to be keeping this regime? Like, am I going to keep it going past the June 13th mark, or am I going to totally stop? And last but not least is number three, which is, did I notice any benefits from this time of changing my sleeping patterns and improving the number of hours I sleep, etc. Well, all that's going to be answered for you in this next clip. Alright, so for question one, yes and no, but that answer will come later in this video, so stick around. Hopefully you guys learn something. Second question, the answer to that is yes, I will be, because I'm committed to improving my sleep schedule and hence improving the way life functions, you know. Being a uni student, well, I only have like 1 year left, so I'm right now in the summer period, so hopefully I can fix it by then. Otherwise, once uni starts again, like the semester starts again, it's gonna be crazy to fix it, because I'm gonna be pulling all-nighters. It's fourth year, you know, I'm gonna be busting ass, and university's gonna be busting my ass, so gotta fix it while I can, you know? So question three is, were there any benefits? Of course, yes, there was a lot of benefits, but then there's a lot of disadvantages. It's an up and down, you know? So some of the benefits I've noticed was feeling more refreshed on the days I actually, well, more on that later on in the video. Let me see, second benefit would be maybe having more time in the morning to actually do stuff, like actually get my day scheduled, day prepared, etc. Without that, I wouldn't know what to do right now. What I've been doing recently is writing down all the tasks I need to do in a Google Keep note on the side at the previous night. Then waking up early, say 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, something like that, and just scheduling all those tasks throughout the day so I know what I need to do at that precise time. So that's something I've been doing. That's one of the benefits of waking or sleeping rather early and then waking up early, so then you can actually fix your schedule and calendar to that appropriate time to upload it, right? Some of the disadvantages is, like, me and my friends, we play League at like late hours because we have a superstition that playing at later hours there's better players online, all the kids are gone sleeping, etc. So that I had to kind of sacrifice a little bit, but other than that, there's a couple more disadvantages, but I don't want to keep going on and on and on about this. So I guess we'll move straight to my observations. For this part, I want to do it week by week. So 1 week I'll cover, and next week. Otherwise, it'll be just like a lot. Like if I go day by day, it's gonna be quite a long time. So cue week by week how the sleeping patterns helped or did not help for that week. Okay, let's go. So starting off, this was the initial week that I started this 30-day experiment, and boy, was this ever difficult to do, as I've been off from my regular life, such as school, work, and outings, etc., for about, let's say, 2 months now, I think, from April to April, May, June. Yeah, about 2 months at this point. So, I've continued the habit of sleeping late at like 1 or 2 a.m. And during this week, it was more so a transitional kind of period, as I would be trying to get in bed at 10:30 p.m. as I initially targeted, only to not feel tired at all, and hence get out of bed and resume whatever I was doing, such as like video gaming, working on future videos, watching movies, watching my favorite YouTubers, etc. So all in all, the first week of this experiment was not a productive week, as I slept late. I continued the habit, and it was generally very hard to get out of bed, as in the mornings I wouldn't feel refreshed due to sleeping late all over again. So let's just call the first week a whiff. So after that first horrendous week of this 30-day experiment, I approached the second week with the intention of nailing this experiment, and I noticed that if I wanted to succeed in changing my sleeping patterns, I must commit and make changes, because at the rate that I was taking it, it would take maybe a year to fully change this aspect. So I enlisted the steps that I set forth for myself in the first video and strictly followed it. This led to an improvement in the number of sleeping hours that I actually was getting, and a greater sleeping experience in terms of the quality of sleep and how I was feeling refreshed in the morning. During the second week, I minimized myself of playing video games or consuming content before bedtime. This greatly helped my circadian rhythm, and hence overall I would rate this week as better, as I was waking up on time and sleeping on time. By the third week, I had been doing very well with the experiment so far. However, as the saying goes, old habits die hard. So in the third week, I began sleeping at later hours of the day and waking up way past my wake up time, which was 8 a.m. Instead of sleeping, I would be playing games such as Fallout Shelter, Angry Birds, Pocket Camp. Holler at me if you still play these games, they're quite fun. And hence, the blue light that is outputted to the screen during these sessions would result in my circadian rhythm being disrupted, causing me to sleep at later hours of the night. This week was definitely not a good week at all, as I recirculated back to my old habits of sleeping later and waking up later. Now we approach the last week of this 30-day experiment, which encroaches upon the present. For this week, I've managed to get back in the habit of shutting down the screens at around 11 p.m. and going straight to bed, as well as waking up around 9:30 and 10:30. This is a big improvement over the previous week, as that week was summarized by the saying, old habits die hard. This week was better, as I instilled some willpower so that I could get my sleeping patterns improved, and hence the quality of sleep and the number of hours of sleep increased as well. However, it's still a long road to go before the schedule is fixed for good. So hence, without ado, to summarize my experience with trying to fix my sleeping patterns for 30 days, I would say that it is possible to do so. You just need a lot of willpower and self-restriction, and I would also like to let you know that I will be continuing to move forward with this sleeping regimen, as it will benefit me in the future if I can get a sound sleeping schedule in place. So to sum up the video, I would like to know how all of you fared in this experiment, as I just want to know if you did it, if you followed along, and if you did, how did it help, and etc. Stuff like that. So as always, if you guys can leave some of your opinions in the comments below, that'd be great. And onward to the next aspect to change. So that will conclude this changing aspect. Be sure to stay tuned for the next changing aspect. It'll be coming in 2 weeks, I believe. Yes, 2 weeks. And until then, my name is Jackie. This is the Water Evil, and peace.